Jennie Johnson and Joel Peck met in Army ROTC while attending school in Lincoln. After dating for over a year, they were married in August of 1999. They moved to Council Bluffs after Joel had accepted a job with the Council Bluffs Police Department.
Joel always knew he wanted to be a cop, which is one of the things I really admired about him. He always knew what he wanted to do. I found out what I wanted to do much later in life than he did, but he always wanted to be a cop. And so I just decided to start nursing school. And to get into nursing school, you have to have a physical. And he had been hired and he'd been through the training and he was on the job, and he said, well, you know, I think I'll go in with you and just get myself checked out. He's like, I've just kind of noticed that, you know, after I run a lot or like really high adrenaline situations, my left leg will shake. He's like, it's probably just stress or something like that.
During a routine physical exam, doctors found some irregularities in Joel's reaction to one of the physical tests. He was then given an MRI to see what was causing the problem, and that test revealed a tumor on Joel's brainstem. The prognosis was very grim. Doctors gave Joel only 2 years to live. And so we had all these questions, you know, should I even start school? Should we start a family? Should we do anything? And it was really hard. But he went through the 6 weeks of radiation, and all he ever really had was that shake in his leg during really high adrenaline times. And so then after that, we just went to it was like every 3 months for so long, then every 6 months, then every year. And he would go to these MRIs after his radiation therapy, and it would be the same. And so we got comfortable. We built a life, we bought a house, we got a dog, we had kids. Joel beat the prognosis, but several years later the tumor started to grow. Joel didn't let this news get him down. It just made him more determined that he could beat this affliction, and he began researching as much as he could to find something or someone who could help him. Joel began chemotherapy treatments, but became unhappy with the results. Later, he took some of Jennie's advice.
I said, you know, I know Jennie has some really good oncologists. I run into them a lot. People seem to really like them. And so he came over here and started seeing Dr. Warner, who was wonderful and also very open to discussing new things like cisplatin and a couple other platins and different chemotherapies for him. These were stronger chemotherapies than the Temodar and the Tarceva, and would have to be given to him IV. And so he would come here, like at least once a week, and sit for like 3 or 4 hours and get his chemotherapy.
Joel continued to fight, but sadly lost his long battle with cancer and passed away in his home in July of 2009.
He was just kind of looking at me and kind of breathing kind of hard, and he had like kind of a white foam coming out of his mouth, and I just started crying because I knew that wasn't good. And so I called his hospice nurse, and they came over and we sat with him, and I had some friends of mine that came to get the girls, and I called Jan, and I called my family, and we all took turns going in and sitting with him and until he passed away that night.
Jennie's co-workers at Jennie Edmundson Hospital and Joel's mother, Jan, all played a big part in helping Joel and his family in his battle with cancer. And the Council Bluffs Police Department did an extraordinary job of helping Joel and his family.
When he first decided to have surgery, I think it was the first fundraiser, they had a fundraiser around the police station, and everybody, they donated quite a bit so that to offset the cost of like the flight and the hotel stay and stuff like that. And then the month after he died, they had a like a poker run for him, and donated quite a lot of bit of time and effort. And at the funeral was probably the greatest, though. I mean, they all showed up. They all talked about Joel and how nice he was and how good of a police officer he was, and how we were part of their family, and to never forget that. And if we needed anything, that they were there for us. They were and still are so supportive and wonderful. It is like being part of their family. They take care of you.